know how much time I have before this gets started, but I want to make sure I have everything in place. I'm really going in today, guys, because I want to. I feel I owe this to LA because she's been here with me during my times of crisis and need. So I want to make another video, or I want to make another live stream for ELAY TV's Fusion Fridays as an apology for how I acted towards you guys this morning in my first live stream. I want to make it up to LA. In addition to that, her birthday's coming up on Monday, so I want to make a bonus Fusion Fridays video for her. You guys, is my music up too loud? You can turn it down just a little bit. Alright, I'll turn it down just a little bit. Hang on. Is that better, guys? Is the music turned down a little bit more for you? I think that'll do. Look, I'm gonna get ready to get started. I haven't even gone for my walk yet. And, like I said, I'm making a bonus video because I don't want LA to feel some type of way. I don't want her to think I'm falling apart over here. I don't want her to fire me. So I'm getting ready to get started with this. Alright guys, look, I gotta get ready to go. Yeah. No, they're gonna be waiting for me. I need to go right now. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Hercules the Shark, Fusion Fridays music with Hercules the Shark, backed by popular demand. I'll have you know, today is Friday. Happy Fish Fry Friday to you, and also happy spring. Did I already say my name? Hercules, just stick to the script. Okay, look, I'm gonna stick to the script. Hello, my name is Hercules the Shark, and welcome to Fusion Fridays music on ELAY TV. They told me to take my time and read the words clearly, and most importantly, stick to the script. Okay, I'm gonna stick to the script. This is Fusion Fridays music, okay? And I know Beyonce's mom doesn't make music or sing songs, but she's Beyonce's mom. So I figured, why not classify her under Fusion Fridays music? Because every time I think of Tina Knowles, I think of Beyonce, and I just think about music. So there's some things going around with Tina Knowles making food, and I want to talk about it a little bit on here. So what I did was take the liberty to go online, and what I typed in AI overview is Tina Knowles Gumbo, and I want to see what's going on. At first, you guys, look, I thought it was an album. I thought it was called an album called Tina Knowles Gumbo, and I thought maybe she broke out of her shell and decided to make music for all of us to hear. Come to find out, it's food. It's something called gumbo. So, according to AI Overview, Tina Knowles, mother of Beyonce and Solange, debuted her long-discussed family recipe at the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with a food booth called Mama Tina's Gumbo. So guys, have you had Mama Tina Gumbo before? And are you willing to try it? The booth and menu. The pop-up booth located on the, what is that word? The pop-up booth, comma, located on the fan inside. A fan inside? What in the world is that? What is a fan inside? F-A-N-N-I inside of the fairgrounds near the Ferris wheel. Goodness, so they had Tina Knowles by a Ferris wheel? Why would they put a food stand by a Ferris wheel? All I could think about is as those thousands of people stand in line for a bowl of gumbo, they're going to be standing around in front of a Ferris wheel getting dizzy. How in the world are they going to be able to know they're up and down and left and right to even know if the gumbo tastes good if they're standing in a long line in hot heat in front of a Ferris wheel getting dizzy? I think she should have a factory reset and try making that gumbo again. But stay away from those carnivals and Ferris wheels. Why in the world would you want to serve food by something like that? So according to AI overview, it says here, the pop-up booth located on the Fannin side, Fannin side of the fairgrounds near the Ferris wheel serves a Creole-style gumbo that Knowles has reportedly perfected over 40 years. Now look, you guys know how I have a situation and an issue with cooking macaroni and cheese. My grandma, bless her soul, she lives with me now. We had a family gathering, and she made macaroni with too many cheeses. Too many cheeses! And you guys, it messed up my stomach, something terrible. So I don't know how long it took my grandmother to perfect her macaroni and the cheeses recipe, but all I know is it took me under 40 seconds to have stomach problems, and I had to go to the hospital. Not because the food was bad, but because it was too much cheese for me to take. So according to AI overview, seafood gumbo costs $25, includes beef, sausage, shrimp, and blue crab. What in the world is blue crab, you may wonder? It's fancy schmancy crab. That's all I know. That sounds like something for rich people. Only rich humans eat blue crab. According to AI overview, we've got chicken and sausage gumbo, $23, a non-selfish option for attenders. Now, I wonder how that one tastes. Chicken and sausage gumbo. You guys, I thought she only served one kind of gumbo. I didn't know she served multiple gumbos. Why aren't they talking about this in the news? Breaking news. Boom, 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 boom. Tina's Knowles, aka Beyonce's mama, served multiple variations of gumbo. According to AI overview, it says preparation. The gumbo is a labor-intensive dish, with Knowles noting it takes roughly 14 to 20 hours to prepare. Now, I'm not going to be sitting around the kitchen preparing nothing for 14 to 20 hours. So you guys are wondering why in the world is a bowl of gumbo $25? Well, look how many hours, according to AI overview, it takes to sit around the stove all day, burning up in your kitchen, balled and chained to the kitchen for up to 20 hours, stirring stuff all day. If I was Miss Tina Knowles, I'd charge $75 a bowl for time and effort. I'm not gonna be sitting around in the kitchen all day stirring food up. You know how much stuff I could get done? Opposed to sitting around the fire stirring up soup? Well, according to AI overview, what in the world is going on here? Temporary health department closure. What do you mean? I'm not even gonna get a chance to try any of the gumbo? Didn't she just open up her shop? Tina Knowles Gumbo or something like that. What do you mean it's closed? I didn't even get a chance to try a bowl. Did you guys get a chance to try it before it shut down? This doesn't even make sense. Didn't she just have her grand opening like yesterday? What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm sitting around here talking to you humans, educating you on what's going on with Beyonce's mom's gumbo. Did you know she had multiple styles of gumbo? She didn't serve just one kind. And I didn't even get a chance to try any because, according to AI overview, it's closed. What is it, closed for the season? Closed for the day? Closed for the holiday? What kind of closed are we talking about? How do you open up a restaurant one day and turn around the next day and it's closed? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm glad I'm on this computer figuring it out for myself. What am I doing? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this gumbo. Do-do-do. Alright, according to AI overview, temporary health department closure. Temporary. What do they mean temporary? You guys know any information about this whole Gumbo situation? I'd appreciate it if you share it with me in the comments. Maybe I won't have to be all here all day trying to figure this stuff out. On March 16th, 2026, the Houston Health Department issued a temporary closure for the booth following a, quote, complaint investigation, end quote. What in the Chef Ramsay is going on? You mean to tell me someone had the authority to go into her restaurant and shut it down? You're giving people way too much power. I'd be darned if I opened up a restaurant, spend 45 hours in the kitchen stirring up gumbo just for somebody to shut me down just like that. The only time I respect my restaurant getting closed is if Chef Ramsay came in personally and told me, Hercules, you need to shut this down. I wouldn't acknowledge anything else, but don't take any advice from me. I'm an inexperienced shark when it comes to running my own cuisine. I'm just sticking to the facts, guys, and this is what the AI overview was saying. Hey, how are you doing? Hi, Finn. Who in the world got ate by a shark? What's wrong with you humans spreading lies and propaganda in this chat? I'm a friendly shark. I'm universally known all over the world. I'm a global shark. I mend the fences between two worlds. Dry land and in the ocean. Who else is mending fences and bridging the gap? Never had gumbo. I wouldn't need it from Beyonce's mom, though. Don't need. What in the world is going on? Look, gumbo. According to AI overview, I wouldn't be able to eat gumbo neither because number one, I don't have the patience to stand around all day in the kitchen for up to 20 hours standing over an open fire cooking up stuff. Look, I like to barbecue, but it doesn't take me up to 20 hours to get a slab of ribs going. Did you know, according to AI overview, y'all, it takes up to 20 hours to cook a pot of gumbo? That's a whole day. You know how much stuff I could have watched on Netflix opposed to sitting around in the kitchen cooking food? What's up, Jaws? I'll take that. How are you doing? Aquaman. Yes, I'm the bridge. No. Aquaman. Why are you talking about him? No, he's fake. I'm talking about me, your boy, Hercules the Shark, back by popular demand on Fish Fry Fridays. But right now, we're diving into the music section. I know, Tina Knowles don't sing music. Look, I thought Gumbo was the name of her LP. I didn't know she was talking about actual food. I thought Tina Knowles had an album that came out called Gumbo. So I had to get on here and talk about it today in Fusion Fridays music. Come to find out this is food and not an actual CD. But since Tina Knowles is Beyonce's mom, I'm just gonna continue talking about this. Why am I actually cute? Because sharks are one of the cutest species on the planet and under the sea. I don't know what's wrong with you humans. You go to school for 47 years and don't know nothing about what's going on under the water. I'm gonna get back to reading what AI overview was telling me about this whole gumbo situation. Does anybody have any allergic reactions to gumbo? I don't hear anybody complaining about, oh, I'm having an allergic reaction to gumbo. Moving forward, temporary health department closure. It says here, on March 16th, 2026, the Houston Health Department issued a temporary closure for the booth following a complaint investigation. Resolution. What do you mean resolution? The resolution is they open up the restaurant again. I cannot believe I'm reading this. What do you mean the resolution? You know, when I'm watching the news people are going around talking about some of these restaurants under the water are getting an A, B, C, D rating. I'm like, why are you wasting time going around rating food? You cook the food, you give it to the people when you leave. You pick up stuff off of the floor, you keep it clean. What else is there to know? Look, I'm no food culinary expert like Chef Ramsay, but I know you're supposed to always wash your hands. Look, I'm not saying nobody wash their hands. I'm just sharing personal experience because YouTube said, as a shark, I must find myself relatable to humans. That's one of the only reasons they hired me. Look, I'm the first shark to be hired on YouTube, and I'm a part of the YouTube partnership program. I'm the first shark ever in the whole wide world of YouTube. I'm going down in YouTube history. YouTube hired me, and they told me to be more personable with human people and find experiences in my life that's relatable to you people. Fish are friends. Been missing you. Yo, Mr. Shark. Well, I don't know where you been. I've been here every Friday. I'm glad you found your way back. Sounds like you drifted way too out into the sea. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere, someone's waiting for me. What's the words to those songs? I tell you, moving forward, what else are you seeing in these comments? Chef Boyardee is all I know. Well, if Chef Boyardee is all you know, I got one sound piece of advice for you. Don't run out of can openers. If Chef Boyardee is your ace boon in the pantry, you gotta have at least 5 can openers on deck. Because, if that's all you're eating, and someday, one day you run out of can openers, heaven help you. You're gonna need to be in therapy because you're gonna go crazy. So, you came in at the right time. I'm glad I was able to share with you this valuable information. What else are you saying in these comments? Just when you thought it was safe to get back in the waters. Hey, it's safe to get back in the waters. You know why it's safe to get back in the waters? Because I took the liberty to be the shark ambassador for all of the waters. Fresh waters, dry waters, dirty water, clean water, hot water, sandy spring waters, Dead Sea Scroll waters, all of the waters. Take that, King Triton. You ain't been doing your job lately, so now it's time for me to step in and take the throne. What else are you guys saying in these comments? Spicy tuna. Ain't nobody eating a spicy tuna, nothing. What's wrong with you people? You must be new. You must be new in here because you know full well if you weren't new, you would have known that I don't eat people anymore. I'm a reformed shark and I don't sample people neither. I don't eat spicy tuna, nothing. That's why I'm a shark ambassador. What are you saying in these comments? What do you mean by you people? Duh, you people, cause I'm under the sea, under the water, swimming around making an honest living like you people are. You're human and I'm a shark. Look at my body. What part of human does this look like? There's nothing human about me. No trace of humanism. Isn't that the word you guys use? Humanism? I'm not a humanism. I'm a fish. I'm a shark. Talking about what kind of human is this? You poor people. They don't teach you nothing anymore. You've come to the right place. I'm going to educate you today. What I'm going to educate you on right now is figuring out what in the world is going on with the daggone gumbo. And why does it take 20 hours to make a pot of soup? What are they putting in it? A whole cow? Chef Boyardee has pull tabs. Where? That's gotta be a fabricated lie. Are you telling me that you guys have leveled up with your canned goods so you don't need can openers anymore? Do you know what that means to me? Do you know what that means for me? If you guys leveled up and you don't need can openers anymore, that means most of the can openers are going to be considered useless. And they're going to be dumping them down here under the sea. They're going to be either putting them up in space, throwing stuff in the trash in the moon. Because to me, I think what you human people do is throw trash away in the moon. That's why the NASA people are always going to space. They're not going to space to discover new life. They're going to space to drop off trash. So between space and under the water, that's where all your useless can openers are gonna go. What do you expect us to do with 1,000 can openers? Come on, people. Look, I gotta stick to the script. It's so hard to stick to the script when all of you are coming in here commenting about stuff that I think is important. I hope you guys are participating in the survey. Let me see what the survey is saying. Do you guys and gals like gumbo? 75% of you said yes, 19% said no, and 6% of you said, I don't even know what it is. Look, welcome to the club. I thought Gumbo was the name of Beyonce's mom's new CD coming out. I didn't know we were gathered around the forest fire to talk about or the ring of fire to talk about food. I thought Gumbo was the title of her LP, and I thought I was going to be up here talking about some breaking news. Tina Knowles releases a new LP called Gumbo, and now she's joined the tour with Beyonce and Blue Ivy. But no, we're up here talking about actual food. I just don't understand you people. Oh, so according to AI Overview, there was a temporary health department closure on March 16, 2026. The Houston Health Department issued a temporary closure for the booth following an investigation or complaint investigation. What do you mean, booth? Look, I thought she had an actual restaurant. Resolution. The issues were described by rodeo officials as, quote, clerical, end quote. How do you make a clerical error in the kitchen? It's the kitchen, and it's an office. An office is for clerical work, and the kitchen is for doing stuff in the kitchen. Why are you using office worker terminology to describe something going on in the kitchen? So how can I stand behind any of this bull I'm reading when you don't even use your words correctly? Shark, bark, bark. Yeah, this is a shark. This is the show. Moo, moo, bark, bark. Welcome to Fusion Friday's music segment with Hercules the Shark, backed by popular demand. Why she got a Blueface voice? Isn't Blueface out of jail now? That's what's going on. He's out of jail now. I just want to let you know, since you said that, we aren't related. We are not. Blueface and I are not related. Look, I've been to jail before too, just like Blueface, but we ain't kin to nobody. I went to jail and I did my time a long time ago. So, moving forward. According to AI Overview, reopening after passing a follow-up inspection and cooperating with recommendations, the booth was authored to reopen on Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. So the booth opened back up on St. Patrick's Day. I wonder if she wanted to celebrate that her food stand got reopened by making green, Green gumbo. Guys, did you know that Tina Knowles made more than one kind of gumbo? Why aren't they talking about that on the news? It says up here, she's got a seafood gumbo for $25. It includes beef, sausage, chicken, shrimp, and blue crab for the rich people. Only rich people eat blue crab. Isn't that right, people? You fancy schmancy people only get the blue crab because it's $100,000 a pound. I don't know why she's not serving more for a bucket of gumbo. Moving forward, the next type of gumbo she has is called chicken and sausage gumbo, and that's for $23. It's a non-shellfish, how do you say it? It's a non-shellfish option for the attendees. Background of the recipe according to AI Overview, it says this: the gumbo has been the staple of the Knowles family lore for decades. First referenced in her 2002 book Destiny Style, and later in 2025 memoir, whatever that word is. You guys are using all these fancy words. How do you expect us to sit up here and talk about anything you're selling, any of your products, if you make the title of everything too difficult? How am I supposed to go to Barnes and Nobles and ask for this book and I'm struggling trying to pronounce it? According to AI Overview, the gumbo has been a staple of Knowles family lore for decades. First referenced in her 2002 book Destiny Style, and later in 2025 a memoir, Matriarch. I think that's Matriarch. Matrichar. As a person of Louisiana Creole heritage, Knowles' recipe follows Creole traditions, which often include tomatoes, a detail that distinguishes it from Cajun-style gumbo. How many forms of gumbo are there out there? Look, I thought gumbo was gumbo and soup was soup. But when I think about soup and I go to the grocery store and I want just some chicken noodle soup, there's over 1,000 variations of chicken noodle soup to choose from. So I don't even want to get involved and figure out how many variations of gumbo there is. It's just too many. Let me introduce you to LA Shark. LA Shark, do. Ha 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 ha. I'll pass that letter along when I run into her today on the cell phone. Welcome into the show. I'm reading stuff off of AI Overview, trying to figure out what's going on with this gumbo situation. So according to AI Overview, it says, while she has attempted to teach the recipe to her daughters, she jokingly noted in interviews that they prefer instant meals over the 2-day cooking process. Hey, I'm not getting ready to stand over an open fire and cook food, the same dish for 20 hours. Beyonce's a singer. Solange is a singer. They're both married. They've got a family to talk about and raise. Why in the world would they want to spend 2 days cooking one dish that's only gonna last 1 day? Because if you make it right, the gumbo's gonna be gone in a day. The math ain't mathin'. Have any of you people decided to take precious, valuable moments out of your life to make gumbo? If you have, I'm sorry. What are you guys saying down in these comments? Hello, I'm just dropping by to say, have a great day, everybody. Well, you have a great day, everybody. Thank you for talking with an actual live shark. When you go to work today or hang out with your friends on your day off and they ask you, what have you done today that's interesting? You can tell them, bro, I talked to a real actual shark. This is history in the making. YouTube hired their first ever underwater creature. Yeah, I'm the first ever underwater creature to be hired in on YouTube. And I'm thankful that you guys are here watching me and not getting scared. This is reality. This is my reality. This is your reality. This is happening. This is better than the Matrix. I am the Matrix. I am the new Neo. I'm Hercules the Shark, and you're locked in to Fish Fry Fridays and Fusion Fridays music. And I'm hoping you're having a good time. Let me see if they have any more information in reference to Beyonce Knowles' mom, Tina Knowles' Gumbo. Oh boy, I tell you guys, there's always something to talk about in the realm of music. Look, Tina Knowles. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say you're watching me, because everyone says you watch everything. So, look, I honestly thought they were talking about Gumbo being the name of your LP. So why not just make an album, okay? Call it Gumbo. I'm quite sure all of us would love to hear you sing a tune or two. Go on tour with your daughter and let's see what you got. I know you do more than fashion. Don't put yourself in the box. Get on out of that kitchen and get on the stage and start singing. Come on, you're a free woman now. All your kids are grown. Why are you still slaving away cooking 20 hours worth of gumbo? Yeah, you're welcome. There's a perfect time for everything, and you locked into me at the right time. Don't say I never gave you anything. I expect to see that album out by this time next year. See you and your daughter on the stage singing. Moving forward, before I go, let me read what else is going on in these comments. My caregiver abandoned me. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad I'm here to keep you company. By the time you get finished watching me, your caregiver will be back. Your caregiver probably just went to go get something to eat. Don't worry, it's gotta be close to lunchtime. Don't wig out. Moving forward, Hercules the shark, I salute you too. Deleted. What is that? Message retracted. What kind of comment is that? Message retracted. I don't even understand what that means. What else are you saying down in these comments? Oh man, I don't caught the whole. Yeah, homie, Hercules is live and in full effect. Welcome into the show. Let me see what else are you saying in the surveys. I have a survey up. You guys want to vote on it before I close it out? Let's see here. Do you guys and gals like gumbo? 70% of you said yes, 22% of you said no, and 9% of you, that number's getting higher, said, I don't even know what it is. So you're in luck. I'm getting ready to Google what in the world is gumbo, apart from the fact that it takes over 20 hours, or should I say up to 20 hours to make. 20 hours worth of gumbo is crazy. Exactly. Half the day is gone. More than half the day is gone. Why would you be slaving away in the kitchen, Tina, when you could be doing something else? You're so rich. Why are you cooking gumbo for 20 hours? You're not poor anymore. You don't gotta do that. Get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen and start singing something. Let's see what else you can do. Leave the cooking to someone else. So, I'm getting ready to ask, what in the world is gumbo? Can you please tell me? So, I'm waiting for AI Overview to load up the answer, because some of you voted in the survey saying you don't even know what gumbo is, so you're probably lost in translation. So I'm gonna get you up to speed, and you're gonna be scholars in knowing what in the world gumbo is. Sharks don't drink water. Well, this shark doesn't drink water. I drink mostly Powerade. Wow, high five! Bam! Thanks for the Joule sound waves. I'll put that money to good use. You know I like the barbecue, so I'll be putting all the donations you send me to barbecue it for my family and the community. So, for all of you people who don't know what in the world gumbo is, gather around the fish tank so I can tell you what gumbo is. According to AI Overview, gumbo is a hearty, deeply flavored stew that serves as the official state cuisine of Louisiana. Look, I've heard of a state bird, a state fish, a state animal, even the state flag. You mean to tell me they have a state gumbo? Where in the world do they do that at? Hi, I'm from Louisiana and I have a state gumbo. How do you have a state gumbo? Oh, man. Moving forward, what else? It says here, it's a famous example of the culinary melting pot, end quote, blending West African, Native American, and European, specifically French and Spanish influences into the dish. Well, no longer it takes 20 hours to make. You hear all those things? You hear all those kinds of people and influences? Take all day to make all that. The name comes from the West African word. I'm not going to say that because it sounds like I'm going to be saying swear words. You're going to have to look that up yourself. I'm not going to even try to repeat what the original name of gumbo is in the foreign language. I might get in trouble. You might think I'm swearing or something, which means okra. Okra. What in the world does gumbo and okra have to do with anything? From the name comes one West African word, which means okra, a traditional ingredient used to thicken the stew. Since when is okra used to thicken the stew? It's okra. Aren't you supposed to just dump flour in it when you need to thicken stuff up? Where's Chef Ramsay when you need him? Sizzle Moon song, long time no see. It's been 48 years since I've seen you, bro. Hi, Finn. Bam. What's going on down in these comments? Sharkin. Blah, blah, blah. Brutus from Finding Nemo. No, I'm not Brutus, but I'll take that. I'm not Bruce from Finding Nemo, but I'll take that as a compliment. He is a nice guy and he's a good friend. I've got him as one of my contacts, you know, one of the starred contacts. So I'll tell him that you guys mentioned him in my live stream. How about that? Fish are friends, not food. That's right, like to subscribe, people, because this is the only time you'll ever have the glorious and the deluxe opportunity to interact with a living, breathing shark. One day, someday, the day I heard a shark can eat a walking pig BBQ. Oh yeah, I love the barbecue. I barbecue all the time. In fact, I'm barbecuing after this live stream. It's a great pastime and a great stress reliever. I barbecue for myself, my family, and for my neighbors. Moving forward, back to whatever the world AI overview was saying about this gumbo. It says here, the core components of gumbo, for those of you who don't even know what it is. While recipes vary by family and region, almost all authentic gumbo includes these 4 elements. Way too much stuff. Those are the 4 elements that compose of the basic fundamentalisms of making gumbo. Way too much stuff. That's it. I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. I'm just teasing. I'm not going anywhere. Of course my teeth are sharp. How else do you expect me to bite into a sandwich? I cannot bite into a sandwich if my teeth ain't sharp. This is the lot before coffee. What are you doing not having your morning coffee already? You gotta get you some coffee. This is a lot before coffee. Grab you some coffee. Moving forward. So, while recipes vary by family and region, almost all authentic gumbos include these 4 elements. A roux. Now, what in the world is a roux? It's spelled capital R-O-U-X. It looks like Rolex. What are we doing? Putting Rolexes in gumbo. No wonder it takes forever in a day to make it. You gotta melt it down. Why are we melting Rolexes into gumbo? What's going on? Miss Tina Knowles, I think you're in the wrong profession. Why are you melting down Rolexes into gumbo? Hercules, what is it? That doesn't say Rolex. It says Roux. Whatever. Roux. It's not Rolex. No, Hercules is not Rolex. It's Roux. Whatever. My agent said that's not Rolex. It's called Roux. So, according to AI Overview, it says the roux, a mixture of fat, oil, or butter, and flour cooked slowly. Why are we mixing fat, oil, and butter together? What's wrong with you people? Why are you standing around mixing up fat, oil, and butter and flour together? What are you trying to do? Give us high cholesterol? What are you trying to do? Clog our arteries? Tina Knowles, honey, you need to get out of the kitchen immediately. Don't be making this stuff. What in the world is going on? No wonder she made the news. You hear all these ingredients going into here? It doesn't make sense. Fat, oil, butter, and flour cooked slowly. How do you cook fat, oil, and butter and flour slowly? Soon as it hits the heat, it's melted. You mean to tell me it takes 20 hours just to melt butter and fat? I'm sweating underwater. I'm cooking already. What do you mean it's going to take 20 hours to piece this together? You guys, roux is just gravy. Tell me something. Roux is just gravy. Well, why don't they just say gravy? Why are they saying all this fat, oil, butter, flour stuff? It doesn't make any kind of sense. People of Louisiana, my hat nods off to you because I'm not standing around an open fire for 20 hours melting fat and gravy together. Roux is just gravy. Well, thank you for the update. Let's see here. They cook all that stuff slowly until it reaches a color ranging from peanut butter to dark chocolate. This provides a smoky, nutty base, the holy trinity. A sauteed mixture of onions, bell peppers, and celery. This is the foundational aromatic base for most Louisiana cooking. Can't we just stop at the foundation right there? I mean, if we just cut it in half, that means we probably don't have to be in the kitchen for 2 hours. 2-hour gumbo, people. Let's cut this down in half. We've got minute rice, minute beans, a microwave. Can we just have 1-minute gumbo? Really, times have changed. No one's cooking that long anymore. I can barely get my aunts and uncles to cook me something decent for the holidays. That's why I barbecue all the time. A thickener. Gumbo is usually thickened by one or more of the 3 things: a roux, okra, or file powder. What in the world is file powder? You lost me at the file powder. What is file powder? What in the world are we filing into the gumbo? When is a file ever used in the kitchen? The only file I know is a file cabinet and a fingernail file. What kind of file are you using in the kitchen? This whole gumbo situation is starting to become complex and complicated. I don't know what's going on with you humans in this gumbo, but it sounded like I don't want any parts of it. I just don't want no parts in it at all. Hang on a minute. What did you say? No, I don't want to go do that. No, that was yesterday. No, I'm talking about how Beyonce's mom's wasted time cooking food in the kitchen. I'm not going to be wasting time cooking in the kitchen. Hercules, you need to stick to the script. I'm trying to stick to the script. You hear what I'm saying? All of this stuff is ridiculous. Hercules, get back in there and finish up the live stream. You got to do something else. I'm tired of you guys telling me what to do. I'm so tired of them telling me what to do. I'm so sick and tired of them telling me what to do. They told me I gotta wrap this up. I wrap this up when I'm good and ready. All right. The protein. The most common version are seafood gumbo, shrimp, crab, oysters, or chicken and sausage gumbo, often using smoky andalou. What in the world is the andalou? ANDOUYLLE. Andalou reminds me of the Life with Louie cartoon. Louie Anderson. Gumbo sounds too complex, and I don't want to sit around making it. I'm sorry. My hat goes off to Tina Knowles and all of you people in Louisiana who have the patience to make gumbo. I've been fell out of starvation sitting around waiting for a pot of gumbo to get done. Who needs Ozempic when you're wasting time standing around the stove hours and hours sweating over a pot of gumbo? I'm going to end the survey and read what it says. Do you guys and gals like gumbo? 70% of you said yes, 18% said no, and 12% said, I don't even know what it is. So I'm glad I was able to educate you on what gumbo is. Tina knows I'm sorry you're going through all this rigmarole, but I honestly think this is a sign that you diversify your palette. I heard that you can do fashion and everything. You design what is it? You design Destiny's Child's costumes. How about you get out of the kitchen and make an album? Call it Gumbo, go on tour with Beyonce, or call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Hercules the Shark, backed by popular demand, and you've been in luck. Thank you for participating with me on Fusion Fridays Music on ELAY TV. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful time chatting with you. I'm here every Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until heaven knows when. Be safe. Pass this message to Tina Knowles. I'm trying to help her out. I love you all. See you next Friday. Yeah!